Taranza sure is fun. I better go online and see what tips and tricks people online have for me.
Taranza does have better boost and does have better charge, and that's great. Especially if you can use the web a lot. But in City Trial for the big open fields, I don't think it's as...
I also think has like that A tier potential as well, where like, yeah, you don't have passive in City Trial, but you just...
I basically don't have passive? My web isn't useful in City Trial? Or maybe people just don't understand Taranza web, because the game does so little to explain it to them. I had better investigate this myself. So I have a bit of footage of me running around Skya in free roam. You can see that as long as you're looking for them, there are plenty of places that you can web onto. Honestly, this is how I recommend you work with it, as it'll become easier to understand with practice. Basically, just look for something in front of you that you can web onto, and a cursor will show you where you can, and Taranza will get a quick burst of speed while moving towards it. If you hold the button to charge, he will not shoot out a web. However, you can quickly tap the button to fire a web, and then hold it to start a boost charge. This speed boost will increase your speed while you are trying to accelerate, and will give you extra speed when you have already reached your top speed. The game counts it as a boost, meaning any challenges that require you to not boost will be failed if you use the web. However, despite this, the boost stat seems to have no actual impact on how much speed you get. Even a low boost machine like the Turbo Star and a high boost machine like the Swerve Star will see similar jumps in speed. The speed boost is also independent of your own top speed, so it'll make a huge difference in early City Trial when everyone is moving slowly. Any benefits it has on turning seem to be negligible if they exist at all, and in fact if you turn too much and are no longer generally facing where your web got fired at, you will lose your speed boost. Generally, I find the web is the most useful on already well-controlling machines like the wheelie scooter, where it's incredibly easy to maneuver to spots you can web boost to. And keep in mind, you can web boost to a lot of things that are not just walls, including the invisible walls around Skya, generally overhangs, pillars, the breakable things like crystals, trees, and corals, and sometimes the boxes, though that one's by far the most finicky of them all, and it only works when it feels like working. I feel like that one is just it getting confused at something behind the box and letting you web boost to the box. And just play around with free roam and see what you can web onto. There's a lot of straight paths that you can get a web out of that you would have no idea about it if you weren't already looking for it. Just as the speed boost is the most noticeable at low speed, the opposite's also true. Late game, when you can cross the entire map in a few seconds, and the web boost is both hard to notice and very difficult to actually get out because you're just too fast. But remember, the web passive is your friend. It will help you get around the map early, especially early, and giving yourself a strong early game is always going to be incredibly beneficial, as you can just snowball from there.